in the 21st century. So our first presenter is Deborah. Would you like to talk about the EMC's perspective? So I will pull up your slides.
Thank you. Just as very quick reintroduction of myself, in case you met me at the last Services Summit, I was with a different company than I'm representing today, just to kind of let you all know about that change. So if you have an old email address for me, please make sure you get my new email address at EMC. I've been in the ICT industry for over 20 years. That's what my colleagues and I have decided is a very nice way to say I've been around it for a very long time without giving the actual number of years that I've been engaged. So a little bit about EMC to get started. EMC is, and again, since I'm new with the company, I might have a few notes that I need to reference. We're a pioneer in the big data and cloud industry. We are a leader in security, virtualization, storage, and backup, $23 billion in annual revenue. We have set up a very interesting infrastructure for our own businesses. We call it a federation, where we cover the information storage and protection, information intelligence through EMC. We have VMware, which really drives our software-defined data center, hybrid cloud, end-user computing, management, and orchestration. And then we also have Pivotal, which is our platform for cloud and big data applications. The organization that I'm with EMC is the Office of the CTO, and we are looking at those disruptive technologies and what's going to be coming forth in the future that we need to be able to adjust and move quickly on to figure out what do we need to do not only to sustain EMC's business models and operations, but also to sustain our customers' interest and directions. And as we were talking about earlier, the economics, technology, telecommunications, everything is really changing the landscape today. And so some of the things that were relevant in the past are not going to be so relevant in the future. For instance, the storage industry itself, with the transition from the tape into the disk space, we're now looking at the solid state memory flash. And what is that going to be doing to our industry in the future is going to be quite interesting and intriguing. And leading up to that, the ICT era is going through a fundamental change as well. We call it the migration to the third platform, where the first platform, as most of us will remember, is mostly mainframes, mini computers, and terminals. We're in the world of the second platform now, which is really more around the LANs, the internet, and the hundreds of millions of users and tens of thousands of applications. But we are rapidly moving into the third platform around mobility, where there's going to be billions of users and millions of applications. And that's not just about the users, that is also about the inanimate objects that are going to be connected to the internet. As one example, when you think about Nike, not only are they going to be providing footwear and athletic clothing, but that clothing is going to be connected. And you will be getting messages about, well, yeah, that is a really cool looking t-shirt that you have on with the Nike logo on it, but it'd be a lot cooler if you'd actually get out and run with it on instead of just wearing it to watch TV. So you'll actually be monitored, your health will be monitored, what your activities are doing, how many calories are you burning. Yeah, and you'll probably get little dings when you reach over for that second donut in the morning perhaps. So all of these things are changing, and it means that the IT business is changing as well. I mentioned before being in the ICT industry, I guess for a number of years we've looked at it as a merger between information and communications, and the technologies that will be driving those changes in the future as well. For instance, IT services is going to be changing to where it's not just something that IT will be providing to the customers and the business units in various companies. It's going to be the fact that there'll be third-party providers of those services and solutions that IT will have to embrace. I mean, just think about Whenever you bring in a device into your own companies or your own businesses that you work with and say, I'd like for my phone to be able to receive email from the company, think about the processes that you have to go through to get that approved, to get that in place, and does it always work, and what's the security levels that you have access for. So there's a whole realm of questions and answers that the IT business has to be able to address when you look at bring your own devices to work. So within EMC's Office of the CTO, as I said, we work across the Federation. We are looking at how do we bring the customers into our innovation processes. We have a number of activities where we work across the R&D organizations, but we have one example that we call the Open Innovation Lab, where we are actually working with customers directly to build prototypes for their services and solutions to see if they actually will work as the customer thinks that they will work, or to maybe recommend here's some different alternatives that you need to take. And that's been a very exciting part of our business now for the last 4 months. One of the focus that I have with the Global External Research Program is to link up with universities and research institutes all around the world. We have a global program with our centers of excellence in Russia, Asia, see if I can get them all right, Egypt, Israel, Ireland, and of course the US. And we work closely with universities in all of those locations and other places to really look at what are some of the disruptive technologies, what are some of the directions that we haven't thought about going in yet, but we need to be thinking about so they do not become disruptions to our business. And so with that, I think I will turn it over to who is the next panelist. Thank you.